We're on.
Welcome back to the Blue Collar Minutemen Show. We're three guys who are trying to help make this country great again. Oh, man. We got Bill, myself, and Justin here. How's everybody doing out there? Hope they're all doing well.
Great after yesterday.
Yeah,
Good day yesterday.
Justin?
Good
What's
day.
that? What'd you say, Elgin?
What did you think about yesterday?
Oh, man, I had a blast. There's nothing like playing 18 holes, man. Some good friends and just on a great day.
Right.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Did you?
Although Elgin beat us both, but, he's the golf pro.
Yeah, right. Not hardly. Oh, man. So today we're just going to kind of have an open mic or open day of discussing a few things. Of course, we're going to start this off with the fact that Facebook totally kicked us out.
Yeah. They didn't just kick us out. They erased our podcast page and our personal pages.
Yes, they went all the way down, got our personal pages, everything we had on there, gone.
Yeah, because me and my wife shared a personal page. You know, she had all of her family on there and friends and cousins, along with my family, friends, and cousins. And needless to say, when I told my wife, she about went through the roof.
Yeah.
I had to apologize to her. I said, it's my fault, apparently, but that just wasn't right.
If you noticed, on our new Facebook page is, instead of the Blue Collar Minutemen, it's the BCMM is the name of our new page. The reason for that is Minutemen triggered some algorithm for a militia. That's the only explanation Facebook would give me. We have appealed, nothing from the appeal, but we're considered a militia.
And a hate group.
Yeah.
Three diverse people. Three from way different backgrounds that have a military background in common. Somehow is a hate group. I don't know. Riddle me that.
We hate everybody equally.
I guess. I mean, that's just the thing. I mean, all lives matter. Black lives matter. You know what? In the grand scheme of things, nobody's life really truly matters. I mean, just forget. Oh, God. I can't go on anymore. That just pisses me off.
It's just got you all torn up.
Yeah. I mean, this is just ridiculous. When it comes down to it, 7.4 billion people on this planet, or 6.4 billion people on this planet. Three guys struck a nerve so bad you had to wipe their existence off their planet or off their social media page.
Well, not just that. You know, I hear these young people and everybody out there. Now, I haven't heard anything directed at me personally, but I've heard like, you know, the socialism and communism is so great and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, what happened to us? You couldn't pretty much say it's communism because of the way we talk, our ideas, our point of view goes against their narrative. So they take us out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing that people need to understand too is they might say, well, you were breaking the rules, yada, yada.
What rules did we break?
Yeah.
Well,
They won't tell me.
I know, but here's the thing. They say that, you know, some people might say you broke the rules, where it's like, okay, understand this. First, it starts with this. Then when you go and you decide that you want to have some type of influence in your community, and then they start telling you, no, you can't. Then it goes on from there, and they start making their laws and their rules, and pretty soon your vote might be taken away.
Mm-hmm.
That's how communism works. It might start with just a little something, might be a radio broadcast, might be a app, something like that to shut down the free speech. But then it just snowballs after that. And pretty soon your entire liberties and freedoms are taken away.
I agree.
One of these guys going to realize that, you know, the differences of opinion, differences of ideas is not a bad thing. But trying to force that on others. Now we have our side, what we truly believe in our hearts, and what we think is right. I don't see how that side does it, but I'm willing to let them be them. I'm not going to censor them for their nonsense. But why would they? But they're doing that to us.
Correct.
Doesn't that seem a little one-sided? I mean, they're calling us fascist, anybody that supports Trump and anybody. But fascism
is what they're doing.
Is exactly what they did to us this week.
Yes.
Oh, we don't like what you're saying, so we're going to kill your social media platform. I mean, that's ridiculous. Man.
Also, weren't we getting up there reaching 1,000 viewers too?
Yes, we were. We're right on the cusp of getting 1,000 full-time followers. And I wanted to, and you know, I mean, we're starting to advertise on other social media mediums, and just all of a sudden out of the blue, boom, there it goes. No warning, no, what you're doing doesn't conform, just boom, everything was gone.
You know, that tells me that one, seems like we might be becoming dangerous to the left. Not dangerous, not militia dangerous, but because we were actually having people who wanted to listen to what we had to say.
Three guys that want to put aside the racial gap, you know, bringing each other, three different backgrounds coming together. No, man, we can't have that kind of nonsense.
Oh, hell no.
We got to keep people separated and make everybody believe that black people hate white people, natives hate white people hate everybody. No, that's garbage. And we're here to say that there's more of us out there in this country than there are them.
Exactly.
More people like us that think. Say, hey man, I'm willing to treat you on how you act. You act like an ass, I'm going to treat you like one. You act like a responsible man that needs help, I'll be there to help you, no matter what color you are.
Exactly.
But no, I don't think those people, those idiots, the idiots on the left, I don't think they can handle that because they're making billions off of division.
Mm-hmm. That's what's keeping them in power.
And you know, a lot of people have said this, and I will follow suit. People like freaking, man, now his name has slipped my mind, but he's basically a black Democrat, tries to lead after Martin Luther King did. Who am I talking about, Justin?
If you hadn't asked me that, I would have remembered his name.
Well, anyway, it's kind of like black leaders like him who keep racism alive so they can make money.
Cummings. I think it was Elijah Cummings.
Yeah, he's one of them.
And then Maxine Waters. Sharpton. That idiot. Yeah. I don't even want to get started on him. Him or what's his name? Jesse Jackson.
It's like, man,
biggest purveyors of hate and freaking division there is. And they have the nerve to call themselves pastors.
No.
Give me a break.
I've listened to real pastors, and that's not the way they teach.
Since when did those two become the self-appointed freaking spokesman for all black people?
I know. But yet, I'm wrong if I say anything against it, but I'm going to anyway. I
remember being in high school, man, watching the O.J. Simpson trial. I got called a racist just because I said he did it. I was like, I was a freshman and I knew he did it. I was like, well, the gloves and no evidence is everywhere, and he had motive. I think the guy did it. Oh, you're racist. I didn't say he did it because he was black. I think he did it because he's kind of an asshole and he was cheating on, and his wife was cheating on him.
Yeah. Oh gosh. But I mean, this type of crap. This is why it's so important in November. You know, I feel like, and you said it, Justin, that there are going to be a lot of people come out who will vote for Trump, you know, that are staying quiet right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing is we cannot let liberal governments, liberal town cities do this mail-in voting. If I have to, I will wade through 8 feet of snow to go and cast my one vote.
Yes, I will. I'll do the same.
I'll just have to get up extra early or something, but I will cast my vote myself at the voting booth. And if I have to throw on a mop suit, for all you military guys, if I have to throw on a mop suit and go do it, I will do it.
Everybody knows how much I despise getting up early. I would get up early for that.
Do you have something?
I will be there.
Oh, I know you will. I mean, this has really just aggravated me this week. I mean,
now, one thing we do got to do, though, we got to get up. We actually do have to go out and vote early. You know why?
Why is that?
Oh,
What are we doing?
Yeah, our live broadcast.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't even thinking about that part.
So, by the way, that live broadcast probably is not going to be on Facebook. Probably going to have that one on YouTube.
YouTube.
Definitely.
It'll be on Spreely probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Tell them a little bit about that, Bill, for people who don't know.
We found another medium that's it's called Spreely. It's Speak Freely. Spreely is short for Speak Freely. And there's no censors. A lot of people on there. Seems to be a good place. We've got a page up there now on Spreely. And it's connected to our website also and to our Twitter account and all that stuff. So tune in there and join us. It's just Spreely.com or Spreely. You can get the app on your iPhones or Androids, or you can just go to the website, Spreely.com.
Yeah. And that's what we've had to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
and as Carl said, will you all be able to lie? No,
what's stopping him from lying?
That's why we have you, Carl.
That's right.
Keep us honest.
I mean, really, what's to stop him from lying about something? I mean, really.
I mean, here, you know, our podcast, we try to find the actual truth. I mean, we sift through, or I go through so much information because there's so much information out there. And you dig so much that you really start to question some of the stuff that you previously read, and you have to go back, reread it again, and then read what you just read to see who's really trying to tell what's going on. The not saying that, you know, everything's a lie, but you just have to be careful of what we read and what we come across. And that goes for anyone out there. But I don't know. Final thoughts on this stuff is, man, we just got to put our foot down and teach some of these liberal Democrats a lesson. Like, look, we're not going to be run over by you and bullied into all of this nonsense.
We can't be bullied. We're the ones that want to keep our own weapons. I mean, do they have any idea who they're messing with? The majority of us are all veterans. We're all carrying our own weapons. We're all about Second Amendment. I mean, really.
But they got gun-free zone signs.
Yeah, that's really going to stop.
Don't stop us, man. We can't shoot nobody in a gun-free zone. Come on.
Well, no, you can.
Wait a minute. What do you
Surely
mean? Like all those shootings in public places that didn't
Chicago?
stop the bad guy?
Chicago, the whole
Yeah,
city's
right.
a no-gun zone.
Man, that mayor, somebody needs to say Beetlejuice 3 times in Chicago to get her to go away.
Oh, no. All
She
right,
is one of the.
we're going to have to take a break here real quick. We'll be right back. Resume.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Ended that first little segment. Pretty good, I think. Oh, so we're back on this one. Talked about Facebook shutting us down in the first segment, but we're going to move on a little bit. Something that's that I find seems to be a big issue now too, and this is going to start concerning all of us, everybody who has kids, the way education is starting to go. And just read something a little bit ago, and I'll read you the headline and then we'll get into a little discussion. But it says, Trump looks at defunding school teachings of the 1619 Project. So, any of you all who don't know what this is about, you need to look it up and read it. The 1619 Project basically is trying to rewrite American history. It basically, from what I've read of it, is trying to say that when America gained its independence from Great Britain, that was not what it was about, that it was actually about continuing slavery. Yes, you heard me say that right. That America's gaining independence from Britain was about continuing slavery. So
that was the whole point of beginning the United States, was to keep slavery going.
That's what the project.
That's what they're.
It had nothing to do with,
taxation without representation or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't have anything to do with, wanting to be another religion besides, what is that called? Part of the Church of England.
Yes.
No,
come on.
No.
They are trying to rewrite history and what your children will now learn. This is a big problem. So if you start hearing that Trump's wanting to defund education, look into it. He's probably wanting to defund this 1619 Project.
Because basically what they want to do is reframe American history around slavery. Okay. And you know who started this?
Yeah, there was some liberal.
Well, actually, the project was developed by the New York Times Magazine.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, there's a credible source that I want people informing my children. Yeah. New York Times.
Well, here's something they've already found wrong with it. It's called the 1619 Project. Why? Because they say that's when the first American slaves or African slaves came into the United States in the Virginia colonies in 1619. Actually, the first slaves came to South Carolina in 1526. So they don't even have that part right. So I mean, how can they have the rest of it right?
But my thing is, do we really want a magazine company dictating how we should teach our children?
Do we want a liberal doing it? No.
No. I've about had it with these people in this education system. I have seen enough videos to watch what they're teaching kids now versus when I was taught in the 80s. It's like, what world do we live on that they come up with these calculations to do this crap? I'm not saying that my education was perfect, but it was a whole lot more simplified.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Okay. Let's just forget everything that happened and let's just make it up the way we want it. That sounds good to me. You know?
You know,
Yeah.
Just make it
in
up as
what
you
way
go.
is this a good idea?
It's like as it goes along with everything. It's not just history. Look at the daggone new math stuff. Do you
that new
know?
math stuff is ridiculous.
Okay, we have several young people that work in the office with us. Elgin, you'll probably be able to vouch for this.
Oh God.
Do you know they cannot fill out a timesheet to save their daggone lives? They can't do it. They can't figure out how to fill 40 hours out on a sheet and make it add up and come up to 40 at the end. They cannot do it. It just blows their mind.
Well,
Am I lying,
guess
Elgin?
you're not lying, because I had one of them write down a phone number where I was supposed to call someone back, and I looked at it and I was like, "The heck is this?" Okay, we all know how a phone number is wrote out. I literally thought that this was just like, I don't know what it was. It was just like a stack of numbers. I'm like, what is this? Well, it's a phone number. I'm like, this is how you write a phone number out?
You sure? You sure about that?
It looked like a stack of numbers. I'm like, okay. I'm like, come on. I'd be better off letting frickin' what's his name, Ed Grimley, teach kids right now. Or the Three Stooges.
Oh man.
So my thing is look, there's a lot of work to be done in this country.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of work. I mean, the more I've learned, the more I see that there's a lot of work to be done. This isn't just about an election. It's about an election. It's about education. It's about common sense. It's about, we need to start punishing criminals for their acts.
That's right.
So when you think about everything that's going on, really think about who's going to benefit this country the most. Is it going to be Biden or is it going to be Trump?
Biden doesn't know where he's at. So how could he help anybody? He doesn't know what he's doing.
I seen a great meme on him the other day. Somebody said they bet $10 that when Biden goes in the booth, he accidentally votes for Trump. But I mean,
well, I'll tell you this. I did see another video. It seems like that more people are waking up, and I don't just mean black people. There was I watched a newscast, I think it was on Fox, where there's a Democratic mayor in Minnesota who has come out and she said she is endorsing Trump.
Not just a mayor, they actually started a Democrat mayors for Trump in Minnesota. There's 7 or 8 of them have come out.
You tell me where it throughout political history when that has ever happened. I'd really like to know. I really would. When you got somebody so I don't even know, so popular, maybe good or bad, but man, you got people coming in droves from the other side saying, we may not be conservatives or Republicans, but man, we're Democrats, but we support him. When was the last time you ever heard of something like that? Nobody did that for Michael Dukakis. Nobody did that for the Bushes. Nobody did that for Clinton.
No.
Or Obama.
And it boils down to people are finally doing their research and figuring out this stuff is bull crap.
Yeah.
This whole 1619 project to teach kids, that's bull crap, man. All these riots and burning stuff down.
Now these protesters are out saying death to America. Bring it. I'll be standing in front of you.
You notice how they keep threatening to come to the country and the suburbs, but they never show up.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
They will lose.
I wonder why. It must not be that dumb. I mean, they're smart enough to stay out of these areas.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, you know, they were saying that they ride around in a big bus that says BLM on the side. I would love for them to take a wrong turn and end up in Harlan, Kentucky.
Man, I'm telling you, man, I've lived in the ghettos, the barrios, inner cities. I've lived them everywhere. And I'm going to tell you right now, why I've said this before on this podcast. Go to Harlan, Kentucky, and talk to me about white privilege.
Yeah.
Man, those people give you a whole other taste of. They don't play. So I can talk to some of those guys out there. Man, you guys think you're hard? Man, those dudes out there, man, they know where to hide a body.
Might hide a little bus full.
Right? I'm like, hey, man. And they don't give a damn what color you are. You come in there trying to disrupt their town, they're going to have you. And I'm just going to sit back and watch. I don't drink, but I might even crack up a cold one just to watch. Because there's nothing I enjoy more than seeing some idiot get what's coming to him.
And that's the
I
thing.
love seeing that.
I don't get it. It's like like you're saying, Bill, these kids who have been taught a certain way, well, they've been taught that their voice has to be heard and that, they get to speak and, they need to always speak. No, your voice doesn't always get heard because you're probably an idiot.
If you want to be heard, man, I was always raised with, you better do it correctly, with respect, with your knowledge. You better know what you're talking about. Because if you come in here screaming about some shit that you made up, somebody's going to smack you. So you got to be better. And I have not heard one legitimate argument. Not one. No. People can throw out all these things all they want about, prove to me how this stuff is racist. Oh, it's because this some black males are getting killed by cops. I'm sorry, but man, when it all boils down to it, they didn't know the person was black whenever they pulled them or when they put the blue lights on. It was probably for whatever dumbass reason that they were getting pulled over was tail light, or they may have committed a crime.
Yeah,
let's not forget that.
It may be just that I'm old, can't see good, but at nighttime when you're following a car, can you see who's driving it?
No.
I can't either. I mean, the headrest is up here. I can't see nothing but the back of the car.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I can't tell who's driving in a car during the day half the time.
I mean, I don't get it. The only reason you pulled me over is this. The only reason you pulled me over is that. No, I pulled you over because your tag's been expired for 6 months. You know?
Yeah. Why the hell haven't you fixed that? Which reminds me,
another thing. People need to take personal responsibility.
Yeah, there is no responsibility right now.
No, it's always somebody else's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't get a job because of this. Well, I didn't get a job because of that. Like, you ever think you didn't get a job because you got a tattoo down the side of your face and a teardrop under your eye, and you got a tattoo across this part of your neck that says kill, whatever.
And a big bone sticking through your ear.
Yeah, and you want to go by the name of Little Badass or something.
You got a hole here, with your tongue sticking out. Whatever.
I mean, if you all about those kind of things, piercings and face tattoos, I'm with you. I get it. But, man, if you can't get a job in an office, man, that's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. They want people that's going to represent them well. If you want to go do that somewhere else.
And that's what I'm saying, too. Let me make that clear, too. If you want all of that stuff in your face, that's fine. But don't think they're going to put you on the billboard as their poster person.
Yeah, especially for, like, Citizens Bank or something.
Right. I mean, it's all about, at some point, it just boils down to you got to grow up. You can't stay a freaking kid in a kid mindset forever.
No.
And that's what it boils down to. People having these childish ideas and want to stay woke and they want to stay right, man. All being selfish.
That's all it is.
With that, we've reached another break. We'll be wrong.
All right, back again. So we were just looking over a few things that's going on. Man, I'm telling you, it really just burns me up. The stuff that people put out there as supposed truth, which is not truth. And when you tell them what the truth is, they just not receptive to it at all. I mean, how did we get this far? Really? You've got people every day saying that Black Lives Matter, but what are they really protesting at this point?
It looks like a big temper tantrum to me. I'm not getting my way.
Well, please explain to me how. Okay, I'm upset about something. I'm going to go protest. So the way I'm going to go protest is I'm going to go to Target and I'm going to bust the door down and I'm going to take me a 40-inch TV. What the hell has that got to do with a protest?
Exactly.
Does anyone, can anyone explain it?
No.
Tell me you're doing this for George Floyd bullshit. Well, you're not.
Well,
You're doing that because you wanted a new Sony 50-inch plasma screen. That's what you wanted.
Well, did you hear what happened in Rochester, New York? Rochester, New York. This just come across, I think it happened last night. Rochester, New York. The BLM protest went down the streets, knocking over people's tables who were eating at a restaurant. They were eating outside a restaurant. They came through knocking tables over. The people had to get up. They ran off. And I literally heard in one of the video clips, "This is a peaceful protest. There's no need for you to be scared of us." And they've turned their food over and spilled drinks and stuff on the people.
I'll whoop a family member's ass for messing with my dinner.
I'm sorry. I would be turning some people over at that point.
Yeah. You mess up my dinner. I mean, I don't give a damn who you are or what race you are. We're going to have a problem, a big problem right then and there.
How does the mayor or any public official allow that to happen to their citizens in their city?
Somebody that's just playing the crowd saying, "Oh, I get it, guys. I'm with you. Just make sure you remember me in November."
Well, did you see the mayor that just got arrested for interfering with a traffic stop there? Is it Connecticut?
Oh, that was hilarious.
I mean, where do they come up with these people that they? This guy stopped, and it was kind of funny because there were two different cops there from different jurisdictions helping out on this traffic stop. And I guess the one from the other jurisdiction arrested his ass because for disorderly conduct and interfering.
Well, to go along with that, I read about that. The officers were on like one side of the road with the traffic stop. The mayor stopped on the total opposite side of the road. So he had to walk across the roadway to get over to the officer. And then that officer politely told him, said, "Look, Mayor, like for your safety, maybe you need to step back over here, out of the way." The officer tried to be polite, but I guess he really felt his oats that day or something.
He's like, they were doing a vehicle search for one. He's like, "Hey, well, you don't want people coming through here, tourists, thinking we're ransacking everybody's cars and all."
You employ people to do a job, and then you're going to question how they do it.
Yes.
Which I'm not saying that people in positions or public positions shouldn't be, monitored and watched carefully. I get it. I get that to a point. But if anybody needs to be watched, it's these politicians. These people in those offices that take care of county or city treasury. I mean, how many times do we see corruption there? You know? So don't tell me it just begins and ends with the police department.
Mm-mm.
And man, even where like on different reservations throughout, you know, the last 50 years, man, lots of those people, lots of tribal members and tribal councilmen, if not tribal chairmen, were brought up on charges of embezzlement and corruption. So it's not a race thing, man. It's an evil thing.
Exactly.
It's a self-centered thing. Man, people are always, you are not going to ever convince me that all one person, like these, who was it? Somebody was saying that the biggest enemy to the United States are white men.
Old white man, yeah.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe this guy said that. And there's just droves of idiots, these young people, willing to eat that up. That is not the enemy, man.
You know, I think that's the actual target of the liberal left, are these young people where they can tell them anything and they'll just believe it. Because, I mean,
they're indoctrinated in school, so they will believe it.
I know.
All those young white college students, those like males in their early 20s with their man buns and their Starbucks in their hands. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, you're an idiot. You've been brainwashed. You've got somebody completely convinced you that you are an enemy, no matter how far you wear all their damn t-shirts, you freaking go out to all the Black Lives Matter support rallies. You're still their enemy. But look at you. You're still an idiot trying to get all that or eating that crap up.
You know,
me personally, I refuse to be manipulated by anyone or anything. But no, if that's your business, and I feel sorry for you people. Anybody that has to follow that rhetoric.
You know, I think back to what it said, old saying about children should be seen and not heard. I really understand that nowadays.
And I think that's what it is. It is parents over the last 2 or 3 generations. Well, I want to give my kid everything that they didn't have. Well, how about give them something they do need, like discipline?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, my house was like, not necessarily children are seen, not heard, but children didn't just run up and interrupt adults in a discussion.
No.
The worst thing you could, man, I mean, nowadays children are being put on these pedestals and saying that they're the most important beings alive. No, they're not.
I'll tell you right now. Go ahead, Bill.
No, I was going to say, you can see that in Walmart. Every day you go in and there's a kid laying on the floor screaming, crying, and mom's like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. Here, let me give you this. Let me get you this.
Yeah.
My mom would have grabbed me up and just blistered my hind end and took me to the car and left me.
It's like, yeah, oh, I'll give him something. I'm going to give him an ass whooping in the bathroom if he don't get his ass up.
Oh,
it's pathetic.
Man. And that's what
I just recently watched a video of a mom, an African-American mom. She was in a store. She's like, boy, what are you doing here? Why are you here at this store? She's like, aren't you supposed to be in school? She reached up, tried to pull on his arm, and like he goes, no, leave me alone. Man, she beat his ass all over that store.
Mm-hmm.
Beat his ass out the door. And I was like,
you wasn't no little boy either. You
no,
good-sized kid.
These teenagers, I'm sorry, but you're not going to sit there and tell me, oh, these teenagers are still kids. Man, they 6'2", 190 pounds. They're built like a grown man. So if they start running their mouth like grown men, don't expect someone not to treat them like one.
Exactly.
And again, it got nothing to do with their race. A dumbass is a dumbass is a dumbass.
So all of this stuff we're talking about, like I said, this November, it's not just about electing Trump. This is about the state of the country, education system, laws for people to follow, punishment for breaking those laws. I mean, this mess has got to stop. I mean, period. I mean, Because look, I know there's a lot of people out there that if some of these liberal cities don't start going by the laws and cracking down, there's going to be somebody, some homeowner with a shotgun that's going to fill somebody full of whole lead, and the law will take care of it then.
Right there. And that's just 2 of them.
So, you know, the silent majority is out there. But when they stop being silent, I'm telling you right now, these liberals are going to have be in a world of hurt.
Be like, you know what? We let this go on far enough. Because, man, when working people have to start leaving their jobs to defend their homes, that's it. We're done.
Yeah.
If I have to stop my job and go carry a weapon somewhere, it is going to be the end of someone.
But like I said, these Democrats in other cities, they're starting to wake up. They're seeing that, you know, Trump is going to be the way. I'm not saying that, you know, these Democrats are going to change being a Democrat, but they see that the way the Democratic Party is going.
Well, one of the big things is the older Democrats, they love the country just the same as Republicans do.
Yeah. I agree.
You know, I mean, and they don't like what they're seeing happen to their party. That's why you see more and more Democrats saying they're going to vote for Trump, because they know that the country's going to go downhill if they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known a lot of veterans that were, you know, old World War II types that were Democrats. And, you know, I mean, they believe in the country, they believe in everything. It's just the Democrat Party has changed on them. They didn't leave the Democrat Party, it left them.
Right. And that's been a motto I've seen too. Just exactly what you said. You know, the Democratic Party didn't leave, or we didn't leave the Democratic Party. Democratic Party left us.
Yeah. I completely agree. And if these people had any sense, man, they'd vote for not Kamala, but Tulsi Gabbard. You know,
AOC and the Idiot 3.
God, man, how blatant do you have to be to just sit there and say that the United States is the enemy, and you have the nerve to try to, you're supposed to be a senator in support of it? I wish they'd bring back the old what is that called? The old sedition laws.
Oh man. Well,
I guess we can get some closing minutes in here.
Yeah. Do you have something you wanted to lay on us there, Bill? Some information?
Yeah. We don't have a friend of the week this week because of our Facebook trouble and our turmoil we're having with Facebook. They erased all that. So it takes a full week before they'll give us the fan of the week. So we'll have to wait till next week before we've got enough time to have a fan of the week. So bear with us, and we're sorry about that, but we are trying to get everything back up and running, back to normal, and just we appreciate everybody staying with us.
Justin, you got anything?
No, you guys stay safe and try not to let all this stuff get you down. The rest of us are still out there plugging away, going to work, taking care of our families, doing the best we can.
Right.
And I know you guys are out there doing the same. So just keep on keeping on.
Exactly. Well, that's going to be it for our show today. Last thought on it. You know, like Justin said, here's 3 different guys from 3 different ways, from 3 different racial backgrounds who have come together because of one thing, you know, and that's this country. And I'm telling you, I love this country.
Yeah.
I was never born a slave, wasn't born in Africa. I was born in this country. That makes me an American.
Yep.
If there's any other word to go with that, I'm a Black American.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you all check out our website at bluecollarminutemen.com. There'll be a link on the website if you want to email us for our email address. Like Bill was saying, we are on Spreely. The Blue Collar Minutemen are on Spreely. You can download that app to your phone. It's basically like Facebook, but it doesn't have their communist attitude.
Yeah.
You can also get our older episodes on Spotify and let's see, am I forgetting Twitter and YouTube? That's where you can find us.
Yeah.
And
Also now on Parler.
Oh, Parler.
Parler,
another, yeah. That's another one you can download to your phone. Very good app. Has good conversations on it. So we're still here. We don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. And as always, we'd like to thank you for being with us. Thank you for bearing with us through this time. And God bless you all. And God bless America.
God bless.
We'll see you next time. See you.